Match 21, what a belter this was. My Emirates took on the Knight Riders here in Abu Dhabi today. It was My Emirates who had a bat first, and down the order they were just scoring runs galore. It was then the Knight Riders that had a bat, but the bowling efforts from My Emirates tonight was just absolutely superb. Hello everyone, welcome to our post-match review of Match 21. It was My Emirates taking on the Knight Riders, and to review the match here today, it's Aruj, Mumtaz, Ruji, my beautiful friend, Rowan Gavaskar, and of course our special guest Vinay Kumar.
I want a beautiful or something like that as well.
Oh, you can be just special, extra
All right,
special.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
And the amazing Vinay Kumar.
I'll take that.
Everyone can have a title. Okay, Vinay, obviously amazing bowling from your team today. You must be very happy.
Yeah, we're really happy. The way the bowlers bowled, especially in this wicket where one side is a shorter boundary and bowling against the wind. They had a clear plan and they executed really well, and we're really happy as a team. Whatever we discussed, the bowlers went there and executed.
Did you talk about conditions much today before the play? Because obviously it's really windy, it's quite cold, which is different to what everyone's used to through this season.
Well, this is our home ground, so we know exactly what kind of conditions will be here, especially second half of the tournament. Once wicket gets a bit slower, then it's all about bowling those slow bouncer like what Zaur did exactly. That way we need to bowl most of the balls on bigger end. We need to make sure that if right-hander batter is there, then we have to go wider, and left-hander, then we have to go to a heel. So the plannings were very much clear. Yes, nowadays cricketers are playing so many tournaments and they know exactly what to do, and they're coming up with the plans and they're executing, and we're very happy.
You guys have also broken the jinx. The pattern was win-loss. So it was a loss on the cards, but that must give you a lot of pleas. But also because of the way that middle over wicket-taking ability panned out. We were discussing it on commentary, whereby Kamindu Mendes has picked up quite a few wickets. Sharafu Allah Ghazanfar has picked up quite a few wickets. It was important for the other guys to come to the party.
Yeah, definitely. Credit has to go to Paulie, the way he changed the bowlers and the way he got the players in the side. In fact, Arab was there in the scheme of things, but we had a plan of getting a seamer or spinner. We were a little bit of confused with that. Then he waited for a few overs and understood the conditions. Then he brought Arab Gul. So similarly, when Kamindu Mendes came in the side, he also did pretty well. And sometimes unknown commodity will definitely come handy, and that's what happened with us. And yes, bowlers are doing their job really well, understanding their role. That is very important, especially in T20 format. It's all about knowing your role, because once you give away the momentum, it's very difficult to bring it back. So whenever you're on top, you make sure that you continue the good way.
Yeah, I just want to say credit to you and Paris, because you said, the bowlers have understood their role. So obviously the lines of communications are very clear. You've got excellent strategies which have worked well today. I just want to ask you something slightly different. You mentioned about Arab coming into the side. Why did you all wait till the 7th over to get him into the game as a super sub? And the first thing he did was bowl straight out of the cold. What's the thinking behind that? What's the strategy behind that?
Yeah, we're missing Rashid Khan is a big blow for us, because he was only available for a few games, and Arab Gul is similar kind of bowler.
Yeah.
As I earlier mentioned, we were a bit confused between seamer or a spinner. And when we waited for a few overs, because that's why Shakib came and bowled the second over, Allah bowled in the power play. Then we tried to analyze the conditions. Then we thought of, after 6 overs we had that strategy break.
Yeah.
Then we decided let's go with Arab. And we didn't want to show that opponent that he'll be bowling the other end.
Yeah.
So we kept him out. We brought him straight away in and he bowled that over. So that was a plan and really worked well.
It absolutely did. And this is the beauty of having, coaches and members of the team come and talk to us, because a lot of times you're wondering what's the logic, what's the rationale behind certain decisions that have been made. And when you get someone like Vinay comes out, explains exactly what it is, hits the nail on the head.
Yeah, sometimes Ro just doesn't understand things, so we got to explain it. We need people just to come and explain stuff to Ro, because he's found napping, he's double dipping between Hindi and English.
Hold on. First of all, she said, I'm special, Ro, and now you're saying I need to be explained.
Hey, break it up.
I don't like the way this is going.
Just one more thing. There has to be a mention on Kieron Pollard. He's phenomenal. Obviously, we spoke about more than 700 T20 games. But just reading the situation of the game, getting himself under the lid now twice in 2 games and just completely changing the momentum. How much of comfort you guys, it's almost theatre watching it from box office.
See, exactly. We have to give a big credit to him, because if you remember the Sharjah game, when things were going against us, he come and stood there as a silly point fielder. From there, everything changed. especially in T20 cricket, even though it's a shorter format of the game, the more pressure you're going to put on a batter, it won't be that easy for a batter to come and play freely. And after playing so much of T20 cricket, so much of cricket, especially in this format, he knows exactly what to do. And yeah, sometimes things might go other way, but most of the time, if you have the clear plan, things will end up in your favor.
Yeah. When he took that catch, it looked like there was a little bit of a heated moment going on between the Knight Riders box, I guess you could say, with all the players. He sort of turned around and went, look at this one. Do you know what that was all about?
Maybe Paulie and Bravo, they're very good friends. Bravo is the coach of the other side, and Paulie is still, at this age, the kind of effort he's putting on the field and taking those catches. Maybe it's just a friendly stare, I guess. Other than that, all fine.
I don't think there was anything friendly about it. It was almost like, right, what were you saying to me? It was great. I asked him at the post-match presentation. Obviously, he said he knows DJ Bravo well. Something was exchanged. You don't want to obviously verbalize it again, but that stare, you don't want to get in his way.
That's
not physically, not in stare, nothing.
No, absolutely not. Now, Zahul Khan, he was absolutely phenomenal with the ball today. 3 wickets from him.
Yeah, exactly. He bowled brilliantly. One more biggest plus point for him is now UAE's under-19 coach, bowling coach. So being a bowling coach, whatever you tell your boys, first you have to do that. So that is maybe one of the way that he's proving to the boys, showing that this is how you should bowl. And he was very clear because this game we went with only Farooqi. Rohit was not there, and most of the responsibility on him because he knows the condition really well here. And the way he bowled, the fastest delivery was 130 plus and slowest was 90. If you mix up like that, especially those slow bouncers where Sunil completely struggled to score, then bowled that beautiful Yorker. So overall, the planning was really good, and that execution term, he was really good.
You're being very humble, Vinay, because when we were speaking to him after the game, he off air, he was saying, a lot of credit to Vinay and Paris for the way they've helped us. Obviously, I've worked hard and with some of my skills, but the way they've guided us in this tournament, a lot of credit to you and Paris. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Ruji, he looked like he was mixing up his deliveries. Few Yorkers, few off pace from him tonight.
Like he said, it's about execution. You could have all the plans in the world, but if you don't have the ability to execute them, or sometimes you have the ability, sometimes your head's not in the right space, you're not feeling confident. Just the demeanor that he walks out with. He spoke to me at the post-match presentation. He's played all his cricket here, knows these dimensions well. This is their home ground as well, but also to execute. He's got that wide Yorker with the slow one. He's got the full straight in-swinging Yorker. And he's like moon ball. What is it? Sam Curran's moon ball was down at 60 Ks. He bowled one at 75 Ks, dropped it down from 125 to 100, and then another 75 Ks. It just never arrived. And also with that, it's almost, he's jotted into his foot right there. Yeah. For it to then go over, Sunil Narayan could not hit that anyway. In fact, all the batters struggled. Yeah. So that was one tactic that came good, especially given the lopsided boundaries and the big wind factor here. So going forward for the My Emirates, now they sit second on the table. It's great numbers for them and for great different match-winning personnel to shine forward coming business end of the tournament.
Gazanfar also took a really key wicket. I mean, it was his first wicket today, and it was just sensational from him.
Oh, fantastic. Bamboozle. I mean, you saw that on repeat again and again. Yeah. It's one of those deliveries that in its own is a magic moment of the tournament. So it was a carom ball. It was the first delivery. Look at Phil Salt's reaction. It tells you everything. He's played for the one that turns into him. He had to land it at the length, and it is just clipped top of middle. That is sensational. And I think not just him, but all of My Emirates will enjoy that for a very long time.
When you hear a sound like that, does it give you shudders every time? You go, oh, okay.
Oh, absolutely, because it was the line, the length, the amount of turn that he got, everything was perfect. Your thoughts, Vinay?
Yeah, it was a great ball, definitely, because yesterday when we had the practice session, he didn't bowl to the batter. He went to the backside nets where he wanted to bowl a spot bowling, and he was very clear about what kind of balls he wants to bowl, similarly which length he wants to operate. So the planning was clear. Whatever we've seen here today, it's all about the dedication, what they have put in the practice, that is showing the result.
I think it also speaks volumes of clarity of thought that you were talking about, and clarity of communication. You guys are allowing players to run with their plans and obviously giving them enough sort of environment to breed in terms of that. Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, just I want to add a few more points on this. For example, yesterday was a practice session, but most of the players, they didn't want to do the practice. They wanted to take a break because we're playing 3 games in 4 days. And the bowlers who all played today, they wanted to bowl the spot bowling. They wanted to have it very short and sweet session. And as a coaches, it's very important for us to understand what's their need. It's no point of simply asking them to bowl more overs or come and bat. That's not going to change anything in an overnight, right? So giving them the cushion, having the clarity, and coming here and performing. End of the day, winning matters, but sometimes things might go either ways. But if you have the clarity, more often not, you'll end up winning.
Your batting side looked like it performed really well and had clarity, as you just mentioned, and Pollard and Nicky P certainly had clarity together today with their partnership.
Yes, we are really lucky to have that opening partnership. Most of the games touchwood, things are going really well. We are getting a very good start in power play. After that, on this game, Tom Banton went to bat at number 3. He started well. Then Nicky and Pollard. The left-right combination, one set shorter on bigger side. They had that communication really well. They had that clarity that really helped us to cross 180 plus on this ground.
Ruji, what excited you most about this partnership between these two?
Again, the left-hand, right-hand combination, so one of them has always got the shorter side and the wind favouring, but just the muscle power Karan Pollard can develop. 62 or 34, that partnership in no time, and more importantly, Nicky P coming into form. We're talking about his numbers, only sixes in this season compared to 71 in the 3 seasons leading here, and we saw a touch of flair that we're used to seeing Nicholas Pooran with. And I think, again, because you guys have fiddled around with Tom Banton's batting. Last season, he's batting right up the order, and his numbers in the top 3 are great. But this time, he's just shuffled around because obviously you've got Bairstow coming to the side. Is that going to be a continuous flexible phenomena, or you think Banton at 3 works for you guys?
I think going forward, Tom will bat at number 3 because we're going to miss Johnny and Pooran after a few games. They're going to South Africa to play SA-T20. Going forward, I think Tom definitely will be batting number 3, but you never know. Yeah. Given the conditions, given seeing the opposition, what kind of bowlers are bowling. If some batter is having a good matchup against the other bowler, then we might tackle a bit. Otherwise, I think it'll be fine.
You've moved now to 2nd spot on the table. Going into today's match, what was really the key points that you wanted to get across? You were, 4th and 5th on the table this match up today. So what was the key messages to the side that you wanted to get?
It was keep it very simple because end of the day, it's a one more game. Especially playing against ADKR, both were in a similar kind of point on the table. Yes, they had played one game more. So winning this game, definitely we go up in the table, but same time we're going to push them at least two steps down. That was the plan because they're a very dangerous side. It is very important for us to win this game and make sure that we're going top in the table. Similarly, we can put them back so that it will be very difficult for them to come back. It's all about eliminating teams here to qualify. But when you have that upper hand, make sure that you will finish well so your run rate also will be taken care. You never know. Going forward, 2-3 teams might end up with the same similar points, but the run rate will definitely going to help us to qualify in top 2.
Absolutely. Your next match is tomorrow in Dubai against the tabletop of Vipers. How will you approach that game?
We're going to treat it like a one more game. Not going to think much about it. It's all about if our players keep it very simple and try to perform to their ability, at least 80 to 85% of their ability, then things will be taken care. See, end of the day, they have to come and play, even though they are top in the table, but they have to come and play good cricket. So if we keep it simple and stick to our basics, I think things will be fine.
Well, we can't wait to see more cricket from you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back very soon with more analysis coming right up. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now we're wrapping up what was match 21 here. Beside me tonight is Oair Shah and Simon Dool. Now, my Emirates, they've had a win. Now they move to 2nd spot on the table. They must be happy with that, Dooley.
Yeah, very happy. I think back-to-back wins. I think the one before this, they felt like they stole it. They probably didn't have enough runs on the board, but some brilliant captaincy from Karan Pollard, putting pressure on. And this afternoon's game, and those sort of chases, it looked like the Knight Riders were well and truly in control of the game, but you lose a wicket or two, and that's just the pressure that comes on the new batters coming in, and they just couldn't find a way. And in the end, the run rate just got out of control completely. So another pretty dominant performance. I said it prior to the game, batting first in an afternoon contest, I don't really mind, as long as you put a decent score on the board, and they did.
Absolutely, they did. What did you think of their game today, Ace? What were you impressed by?
Well, MI played the complete game, really. Started off well. Johnny Bairstow was on song with the bat, really laid a nice foundation for the guys to sort of come in. Of course, we've got the likes of Pollard and Pooran in the middle order, and it was nicely laid out. I think me and Dooley, I think we were commentating that if there was anyone in world cricket that you wanted from over number 15, 16 to come in, it was those two, and it was really laid on beautifully for them to sort of get the team to around, what did they get, 186 or something like that, which was a great total on that pitch.
Absolutely. Now the Knight Riders, they had 2 wins on the trot, but then now they've got a loss again. What went wrong, Dooley?
The batting side of things, and Jason Holder summed it up pretty well, I think, in the post-match when he talked about just losing wickets, coming in and having that run rate just escalate. There was some brilliant bowling, don't get me wrong there from my Emirates, but they just lost that momentum that they had at the start. Well, they 96 for 1 before they lost Alex Hales and all that partnership. So it just became tougher and tougher from there on in, and the bowlers were on song. Pollard again, we had a moment where he came in under the helmet and Shafane Rutherford just sort of got a bit tense, and that's what can happen in a run chase. So for the Knight Riders, 2 games left. They can get to 10 points. If they can do that, I think 10 points, maybe even 8 points might be that 4th spot. So they're not out of it by any stretch, but they've just got to find a way. I think they got their batting order wrong. We talked about that in commentary as well with Oace. I thought Sharafu has been batting really nice for them in that middle order. The middle order is the toughest place to bat in a T20 game, because you either come in when your side's under pressure or you have to continue that run rate, and it's just a tough spot to come in and bat. And he's done it pretty well through the season, so I think they got that wrong. I don't think the score was unchaseable, and the first 6-7 overs probably proved that. So they just have to be better through that middle order.
Yeah.
I was just going to mention that I personally feel that Abu Dhabi Knight Riders have gone about their tactics a little bit wrong, how to bat in the Middle East. I think generally, if you look at how the Vipers have done it in this tournament, they haven't gone after the power. They've gone after 2s and 1s and then pick up the boundary. I think the Knight Riders are relying too much on their power players, and I don't think because the ball doesn't quite come on in this part of the world, they're just getting caught short. I think if you can be smarter in terms of picking up, hitting pockets, boundary comes along great, but if you can turn the strike over more often than not, you're always in with a shout of chasing scores down here.
Yeah, for sure. We should look at a positive though. Brandon McMullen, he performed well today with the bat. 55 odd for him today.
Yeah, good player, Brandon McMullen. I mean, his international career, he's played mid-20s games for Scotland. He's averaging 30-odd at a strike rate of 145 in international T20 cricket. He really is a quality player. He just lost the strike a little bit throughout the back end of this innings. He started brilliantly. I think his strike rate at one stage was 175, close to 180, and then it fell away at the back end because he was losing guys at the other end, and he was losing the strike. We talked about it. He'd faced sort of about 8 of 25 balls after they lost that wicket of Hales. So he just lost the strike, lost any momentum that he had gained, and the guys at the other end weren't able to turn the strike over. Like Oace was just saying, pick up the 1s, the 2s, run hard between the wickets. So it wasn't his fault that he fell away. It was more the guys at the other end and the loss of wickets along the way.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's the fact that the other guys were not prepared to come in and do a partnership.
Yeah.
They were more focused on, all right, I'm in, let me go after it. Livingston caught deep mid on. I think after the first 4 or 5 deliveries he faced, got to come and do the hard work here to get that partnership going, lay the foundation, and then you've got the ability to go. I just think they're saying, okay, one guy bats and everybody's just going to power play it.
Yeah.
It's not working here.
Yeah, Dre Russ looked like he was carrying a little bit of an injury today. Didn't bowl, and we know how beautiful he is with the ball. We saw last game as well. He was exceptional, but you know he looked like he was carrying a bit of an injury.
Yeah, and left the field, of course, and they got the substitute onto the field for him. So look, when he's not playing his full role in the game, I think that's the issue. The little bit of an ankle strain, and we saw when he came out to bat, actually, it was a bit of byplay between he and Kyron Pollard as well. So look, when he's not bowling and he's not a full part of the game, I think he's not at his best. Got a brilliant Yorker first up, and then just a little bit skiddy, more skiddy than he thought. The ball didn't get up with the bat. I mean, they need him. You know, he's been very good with the bat for them and with the ball. To be honest, it's not. You know, you're going to have a bad day. You're going to have an off day now and then. He can't carry the team continuously time and time again. So they'll hope that he's fit and ready to go and back bowling, because he adds such a string to this side when he's bowling as well.
Definitely. Well, how about that banter between the two of them? The West Indian flair. We just love it. A little trip you over kind of move.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Look, there's a lot of West Indian presence in the Knight Riders camp, and of course in MI as well. You know, Pollard, Pooran there. So you know, I'm sure they've grown up playing cricket with each other, against each other, and yeah, it's always good to see a bit of banter.
It is really nice. Now, Narayan, 6th game in a row that he hasn't had a wicket. He's such a magician. What's happening with his game?
Well, I mean, they're not going after him as much, and you know, when we looked at Narayan at his best through the years, when he's come up against smart teams, smart opposition, they've said if we can take Sunil Narayan for between 20 and 30 and not give him a wicket through those middle stages, we've done our job. We can go at the guys at the other end, but his role is to take wickets.
Yep.
It's no, I mean, he's not trying to be miserly, he is trying to take wickets. They're just playing him a little bit smarter. And I don't think he's bowling any worse. I think that the surfaces are not really grabbing too much, getting the odd one to turn, but they're just playing him a little bit smarter nowadays, I think, and maybe reading him a little more off the surface and out of the hand, which is something that Ace has talked about a lot in commentary. If you're not picking it out of the hand, you're finding it very difficult to play him. But I think most of the guys are actually reading him now and understanding what he's trying to do.
Yep, absolutely. I think we should have a look at the points table because this game was pretty critical in changing things around. Now, after today's win, we saw My Emirates move from 4th spot to now 2nd spot. Desert Vipers are still the only team with the Q next to their name, but, you know, this obviously leaves Abu Dhabi Night Riders in that 5th spot with Sharjah Warriors, who are on a roll not far behind them, so they'll be definitely feeling the heat. Talking about feeling the heat, how is DJ Bravo going to get his side back into the momentum? We saw 2 games that they won on the trot, but you know, how are they going to get them back on a roll?
It's a tough one. He's got a big job to do because you know, DJ, I think, is a terrific mentor, a terrific bowling coach and mentor. This is a different role for him now as a head coach, full coach. You've got to tick the boxes and get everything sorted behind the scenes so that your players are going out on the park in the right frame of mind. You've got to get that batting order sorted and right, and as we've talked about, I think they've tinkered a little bit too much in and around things. So, you know, he'll be under some pressure. He's a franchise guy now from a coaching point of view, and you take on a head coaching role, your head's on the block.
It definitely is. Well, let's leave it on a positive note. The winners of our VZ Smart TV are presented by Jawal Dikal in Umpal contest from our previous match. These are, you know, our winners. So congratulations to everyone on screen for showing an amazing Jawal and winning exciting rewards from the VZ Smart TV, a smart TV that has it all, the youth entertainment brand. Don't miss your chance in the next match because it's VZ Smart TV, Jawal Dikal in Umpal. Alrighty, well, tonight's match, it's the Vipers taking on the Warriors. So that'll be interesting to see if the Vipers can, get on track and have another win, or if the Warriors can, you know, bump up the table a little bit more and give the Night Riders a little bit of a run for their money. But tomorrow, I want to hear from you boys. It's obviously the Dubai Capitals taking on the Gulf Giants. What do we think's going to go on there?
I think the Capitals are a better side, to be
On
honest.
paper, yeah.
Better balanced. The Giants just haven't quite got their mojo.
Yep.
Even though that, you know, they're both well and truly still in the competition. But I don't know. I think I might change my mind tomorrow because I'm coming back. But at the moment, I'm going to say the Capitals.
Does paper say everything though?
No.
I mean, you look at the Night Riders side and they're gun on paper.
Yeah, they are very good, and you would have thought that, you know, on most conditions they should do really well. I just think the conditions don't quite favour their brand of playing. Talking about tomorrow, I think the Gulf Giants may well just steal it.
Oh, there we go. We heard it here first. Well, My Emirates have had a win here tonight, but it's the Vipers taking on the Warriors. So make sure you tune into that game. It's the DP World ILT20. Thanks for joining us. Good night.